Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is a little bit of how to research, how to go about finding sources, and then how to put them into a works cited. So I'm going to start by looking at the persuasive pre-writing just to give you a starting point, because I did give you some sources in here that you could use that are credible. Remember, credible means trustworthy. For online sources, these are .org, .gov, or .edu websites. Paper resources, such as books that you would find in the library or anything on a database, are all credible. But while we're just in the classroom, these websites that I gave you are a good place to start. So, I'm trying to think. Alright, let's say we wanted to talk about being a correctional officer and the issues with that. So the first link is a quick summary of what they do, which you would probably want to include in your persuasive essay so that your peers understand what you're talking about. So I look up at the website, I see that it ends in a .gov, so that is set. So I copied that. I'm going to open up my persuasive pre-write template to just record the notes that I'm taking. So as this opens up, I'm going to paste the URL there just for right now, but I will show you then how to make a works cited. So I'm going to paste this here just for right now. But eventually, you have to put your sources in MLA format. If you haven't learned this before, I will show you how to do that. Otherwise, this is going to be a little bit of how to do that. Alright, well, while that's loading, looking back at the website that I had up, being a correctional officer, you should take notes about what you get from the websites, from the sources, so that when you're writing about it in your essay, you know what came from where, what came from this website, what came from something else, so that you can correctly label it. Because if something is mislabeled, it is still plagiarized. So you could say the median pay. It depends on what you're arguing. If you're arguing that correctional officers are, in fact, improving the lives of inmates, then you could talk about how there are a lot of jobs out there for correctional officers, that there are a lot of people who do this. You can look into work environment, how to become the job outlook. Is there anything for similar occupations? Okay. Probation officers, you can look into that, or security guard. And it has the education and the median pay. But we're not actually trying to become these jobs. We are writing persuasive essays. So, alright, my templates. Since it's not responding right now, I will show you how to make the last website. This one, the handbook, Bureau of Labor Statistics, into a works cited before we take some notes on it. So, I linked a good website for doing works cited from the agenda. I click on how to find sources. It's my source selection page on Canvas. So under here it says cite your sources in a works cited. You may use Noodle Tools or Son of Citation Machine is a website that I've used in the past. Noodle Tools, I think you learned last year, you do have to log on. You should know your login. Or else if you don't have one, there's login information at the back of my room under Spartan News. And then you can create yours. For this website, you don't need a login. So make sure that the MLA is clicked. It is. The website is clicked. That's what I'm doing. Okay. So, I'm going to make this dual screen so it's a little bit easier. So I have my Son of Citation Machine up. My correctional officer website up. Shoot, I just had this head up. So you fill in this website whatever you have. If the author isn't listed, you have to leave it blank. That's fine. The article title looks like it is called Correctional Officers. Okay, so author. I don't see. So I'm going to leave it blank. statistics. Outside Bureau of Labor Statistics. Display URL, you can or you cannot. Either is correct. Publish date, the date that it was published, so that's listed over here. This website is 2014, January. Date access is the date that you are looking at it. So today is 2015, September. So you hit create citation, it makes it for you, and then you copy and paste this. To make a works cited, it should be, oops, not email, it should be the very end of your essay. So right now you can put it on a separate page, or you can press enter after whatever you have for your essay. So remember your essay, you have your name, my name, class, date, this, enter, title, for this pretend essay, correctional officers, double click the page number in the header. Notice that only the page number and your last name go in the header. Alright, double click out of it. So then underneath here you would have your essay. So the works cited goes on a new page. Center it, works cited, left align. We're going to tape our citation. Now notice how it's highlighted, so I click Control right when you paste it, keep text only. And the works cited should be double spaced, just like everything else in your essay. And it should have a hanging indentation, so see how there's a second line? Normally you would indent the first line of a paragraph, but for works cited you indent everything except the first line. So now it is correct. Now for all my other sources, they would go in alphabetical order, so this starts with a C. So let's find something else, just for argument's sake. Alright, so we found information about them. Did I include anything else in the persuasive rewrite sheet? Alright, here is morality and ethics of jails. Pros and cons of jails. I could use that as a .org. Or what's this? Private prisons. This is kind of interesting. Maybe I would want to write about how correctional officers are improving private prisons, because this is talking about what they do, and it is a .org. Okay, so let's say I want to cite this, and I want to talk about this in my paper. So let me split the screen again, make my second citation. So go back to some citation machine, cite website. Alright, so just like we did before, this is called Private Prisons, Pros and Cons. Contributor name. So we'll leave it blank. Website title at the top, it says Asia Pacific Economics. Publisher. The publisher is generally at the bottom. Copyright APC. Okay. So the publisher is that acronym APECSEC. Don't know what that is, but display URL, sure. Copy and paste. Publish date, there is a publish date right there under the title. 2014, April try to find things that aren't more than, say, 5 or 10 years old, or else the information is getting to be too old. Date access is still today. Okay, so create citation, just like we did before. So copy it, go back to our works cited here, press enter, paste, right click control, do text only, do the heading indentation. So we're still in alphabetical order. We have a C and we have a P. So as you're going through, don't just make the works cited though, actually take notes on what it says. Read it, and you can do specific quotes or paraphrases about what it's telling you to do. So maybe you want to focus on the quality of the care and how correctional officers can improve the quality for the inmates. So here, this is good, cons. So it says that there are some cons, so you want to talk about the opposite point of view, and I'll get into that when we do persuasion. So anyway, that's a little bit of information. I know I didn't help you actually search for anything. I'll show you that in class though. So this is how to make a works cited and put it in your paper. If you have questions about this, let me know.